Hello. Hello, hello. How is everyone? Of course, my air compressor decided it's going to come on the second it got to me. So, sorry, guys. And hopefully you can give me some feedback and let me know. Is that too loud? Because that's what it's going to sound like when it goes on. And hopefully you're not hearing it. But hi. How is everybody? I got mic check, video check. Excellent. Okay. Let me just check up here with the chat. Hello, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Turp, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Excuse me. You did so you missed last week, and that's okay. And you watched later, so wonderful. So you did see what we opened. So you saw what we're going to be working with today that we didn't get to do last time. Hello to Gypsy Heart and Ashley, Gypsy Heart Crafts, and Joseph from Art of Joseph Fincham. I see Tara Giblin Art is here. And Teresa Mazzotti, who, thank you so much, is the wonderful artist that provided us with these today. So we're going to have some fun. I was doing some experimenting beforehand, and I have an experiment going on over here, and I don't know how it's going to turn out. Like, I have no idea. But I was like, why not? We'll just give it a try, see what it does. So, okay. George Pencil Art is here. Hello. Starting on his phone, and he can chat for a few minutes, and he's going to move to his computer later. So excellent. All right. I said hi to Jacqueline and JR. Hello, hello. Good to see you here again. All right. Starving Artist Collective. Hello. Sheila Hubbard. Hello. Okay. I think I got everybody, and I think I'm caught up. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I want to start and show you guys. Let me see. I'm like, this is, oh, that's excellent. Jacqueline says, I am into watercolor right now, so I'm so excited for today. And I am loving like all water, like just water soluble media right now. I am loving it. Watercolor. So of course these are acrylic inks, so they're going to be permanent. But I'm going to show you guys some fun stuff that we can do with them with water. Oh, and I'm just rinsing my little water well here because I made it really nasty just before you guys arrived. And then I looked up and I was like, oh no, it's time to start the stream. Gotta get a move on. And so I don't know what you guys thought about the new little intro there. Excuse me, I don't know that that's going to be an all the time type of thing. I don't know. But anyway, just throw me some feedback. I wonder how you like it. We're going to swatch these colors, and I'm going to try to get through that really quickly. And so let me, sorry, I have another, I think let me just make sure that these are correct. The stream, oh yes. So I posted that, I don't know if anybody saw the community post, but okay, I'll get to that in a second, Teresa. I just read that. It kind of distracted me for a second. But Starving Artist Collective had said, and it disappeared because it stays for like a few seconds and it goes away. But Starving Artist Collective said, the stream time has changed for me. Has US changed to summertime now? Yes. So I put that in the community post on YouTube, and I threw that up when I shared this in the MeWe art group. So if anybody missed that, yes, we have gone to, our time has changed. So you guys, I'm sure will all catch up with us and we'll be back on the same time frame before too long. But we changed on Sunday. So yes, I've already lost my hour of sleep. Excuse me. Okay. I'm just going to check this out. We are, sorry guys, I'm just going to rotate through here real fast. Something is giving me an odd shadow, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why. That's weird. Don't know. I don't know. And I don't know why that's giving me a solid, but we'll go with it. That's not it either. For some reason, I am missing on this, I'm missing on this picture. So give me just one quick moment. I'll fix it. And Teresa asked, why does it keep going to brush show and saying it's up next. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is pertaining to. Oh, haha. Nope, that's not it either. That's not it. I'm like, for some reason, it's just not showing. It's just not showing me. So, boom, there I am. Hi. Hi. Like, I don't know why it's not bringing us all together. Okay, we're good. So, can you guys see that okay? That is really, why is that so dark? Hold on, I'm gonna mute you for 1 minute because I need to say something to my A device and I don't want to trigger any of yours. Okay.
I know about 7 Idea the
Oh my
Geniuses,
goodness.
which is
All right, guys.
idea.com.
And that, my friends, is live streaming. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. I don't know why it's doing this. Like, does it look okay on your end? Like, or are you getting like really bad? It's been fine the entire time. All of a sudden, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know. I don't know why it's being so. Let's see if I can get it to readjust with the light there. I'm sorry if I move that camera around a little bit on you. My apologies. Tad darker, but you can visibly see. Okay, yeah, I just don't understand why it is like. I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know, but we're gonna roll. We're just gonna roll with it because we're just gonna do it. Because like I'm fine. So all of a sudden it's just right here on my desk. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna help or hinder, so we'll see. Oh wow, that's bright. That is nope, worse. All right, well guys. My apologies. I don't know what's going on. It was fine. I literally just went through everything before the stream. Like, I'm seeing a shadow. See how dark my hand is right there? Like, I don't know what it is that's... Oh, sorry, guys. As I hit the mic. Maybe it's that. Cat bringing a shadow in. I don't know. We're going. Okay. It's always something. We're here. Okay. Looks good. Okay, well, I have a few. Looks good. So I can see visibly fine. A tad darker. Looks good here. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, she does here too. Like, I told her what to do, and then she was like, I'm still listening to you. So when you start talking, I'm just gonna like throw some random stuff out there. Yeah. All right. Okay. It looks a little dark, but okay, yeah. See, thanks, Jacqueline. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that right now, but I can't move you down. Oh, I don't know what else to do with that because it's been fine. It's got to be something that all of a sudden my camera was like, nope. Sorry, I'm just trying to get that moved. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. How's that? Is that a little better? Is that a little better? Maybe I can boost it this way. How's that? I don't know. Okay. George says, my phone is malfunctioning. I have it running on my computer and will return near 325-ish. Okay, we will see you around 325-ish. Okay. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Gypsy Heart says, a little micro problem, but it's not horrible. We can see, and hopefully this is a little better, but continuing, we need to swatch. So today we're looking at the Daler Rowney, the FW Acrylic Inks, and the System 3. And System 3 is, excuse me, Are all the... Did I put that in the wrong spot? I sure did. That explains why they didn't fit when I stuck them back there. Teresa, you can... Sorry, I'm reaching right in front of you guys. Is that... No. If you can tell us, are all of the System 3 opaque? Sorry. My brain was just like, shut down. Are all the System 3s opaque? Curious. All right. I'm going to take you guys to right there for now. We'll see if we can't. I'm going to start with the opaque ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write their color, and then I'm going to do a swatch of them. It is something from that side of the room. So I'm going to do a swatch of them neatly, and then a swatch, like a little spot into water. That so we can see how they are. I'm sorry, I have to turn my paper. So the first one that we're going to do is the number 538. And this is fluorescent pink. So of course this one, yeah, we're just going like that. I'm not taking up a ton of space. Fluorescent pink. You guys got that flower pink? Yeah. It's whatever. I'll know what it is, but it's number 538, fluorescent pink. So here we go. Let me just mark them all down. Number 433, and this is purple. And I'm going to try not to shake my desk because I know, well, you guys can't see me right now. So I'm like, I am on the desk. But I mean, I'm on the desk. My face camera is on the desk. And one of the side cameras is mounted to the desk. But you're not seeing them at this moment, so it should be good. All right, next one is number 513. And that is crimson. My writing is atrocious right now, and these are the opaque. They are opaque. And it's System 3. There we go. So I've got crimson. I'm probably writing too big, but I want to be able to do, like I said, I want to be able to do one swatch with it neat so you can see the color, and then one going into the water. So, yes. I think you're correct, Joseph. I think that is exactly how was to give farmers more daylight time so that they could farm. Oh, look, I'm shaking it. I'm shaking them as I'm going, and I'm forgetting to, how about we write 009, and that is a titanium white. And I can show you guys, because if you remember, I swatched this one last time, and look how opaque that is. And that was just neat. So right out of the bottle, like if you were going to use this to line or to do some highlights after the fact, I think it would be great for that. And that is the titanium white. And then we have, and I was messing with this one beforehand. It's already shaken. Number 578. This is the portrait pink. And then we have number 663. And my apologies, I meant to look it up and I just realized that I forgot. Light fastness. I was going to look that stuff up for you so I would have that information, and my apologies because I didn't. So perhaps, excuse me, perhaps Teresa can, if she has that information, throw it in the chat for us. She did provide these inks for us today, and perhaps she has the information. And if not, it's fine. I will get it for you and certainly update update later. I'll put it in the description. I'll just drop it in the description below, or, you know, put it, pin a post for you. So this is going to be, this one is Cad Yellow Deep. So Cad Yellow Deep. Yeah, my rating is a bit atrocious right now. And then, of course, and look at this. I did not shake this one because I wanted you guys to see this. I have no idea. Okay, so Teresa says she does not. Just for those who are watching the replay, Teresa says, I have no idea about light fastness. But no worries. We will find out. Check out. So this is number 701. This is the gold. And look at how that, like, see the separation in there? All the gold is down here. And look at that. It's like, it's pretty neat looking. I think it's real. And oh, I shook it, but see the way it is on the glass? It's pretty cool. I think so anyway. I think so. I'm just going to shake it all up. And I think I'm going to start. Well, there's only going to be 3 in this row. I might have to grab an extra paper and do the system 3s on one. And then I'll do the FW on another. And that would be fine too if they don't fit in here. Because I don't think all the others will fit. There's 24. But I want to give you some good size swatches because, you know, it's not like if I was doing a swatch card for, say, in a watercolor palette, I would want that, you know, to fit in my watercolor palette. And that has, you know, those little tiny rectangles. And they're hard to see. And I really want you to be able to get a good look at these. And then 154. And I'm going to show you, well, we'll swatch them. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you beforehand. I played around with these in the my Patreon live chat. So this is Phthalo Turquoise, 154 Phthalo Turquoise. I'm just going to do it this way. Not like I don't have the room. Phthalo Turquoise. Oh, thank you. So Ashley looked that up for us. It says, according to Blick, the System 3 the System 3 are pigment-based and highly light-fast. Do they have the information on the FW acrylic inks? Daler Rowney FW acrylic ink. That's the other one. And thank you so much. I was like, all morning, I was like, oh, you got to go grab that information for them so that you can share it. Yeah. Totally forgot. So my apologies. Totally forgot. Hello, hobby artist. Welcome. Okay. And so this one is number 361. And that is phthalo green. Now, I'm curious. Okay, let's try to spell phthalo right. There we go. It's a thing. Hello. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Hello, Dylan. Welcome. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So, Ashley, when you were grabbing that information, okay. Also, the FW are also pigment-based and highly light-fast. So all of these are light-fast. So that's wonderful. Oh, that's so. I thought I had looked that up once before, and I was like, oh, these are great. I can use them for anything. And yeah, I don't remember. I could have sworn that I knew that they were. All right, this is how I've decided. I have decided. We're going to go like this. So I'm going to, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. For a second, I thought it just said that I was muted. I'm going to swatch these. Then I'm going to show you what I was just starting to tell you about. I see it's kind of like back here. Anyhow. The patrons. Yes. So in my patron chat that we like, the live chat we do on Discord every Friday. This last Friday, I decided that because I didn't get to do these we didn't get to this in the live stream. I showed them to you and, I took them all out, but we didn't get to play with any of them. So, because Teresa is a patron of mine, I decided that, normally it's chat, but I decided that this time I was going to go live in my Discord. And so I went like random. We went live. I was playing with these, checking some things out that I can't wait to show you guys today. And it was fun. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully my patrons that were there had fun too. And, I'm going to start doing more random things like that, I think, in the future, because it was so much fun just to pop on there and, hey, let's go live and just have a good time. But we talk every Friday. We have a chat, and that is for all patrons. All patrons qualify for that. Any level that you choose gets that benefit. Okay, so we're going to start with the fluorescent pink, and I'm just going to, I don't think I'm going to need a lot, but I just want to, so I'm going to pull that out. You can see how that lightens up, but let's get it full strength. There we go. Okay. Is that, there we go. It's probably because I just stuck my hand in the way. I'm like, why is that not focusing for you? All right, and then I want to, I didn't grab a bigger one. These are like, I only had, of all those, wait a minute, I do. Oh, I'm like, there's pink paint on that. I'm still testing out these Artify brushes, which if you guys remember, I've been sharing and talking about these brushes. I reached out to Artify, told them about the problem, and they did get back to me. So I'll share that with you guys in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is so right now I'm just getting this wet. And guys, this is the, okay, that was clean-ish water apparently, or a clean-ish brush from using it before the stream. So this is just the, wow, that brush is still dirty. Sorry. I just want that to be clean because it's pink. I want to put it on brown. It'd be just gross. All right. I love that you can take these, and because I love watercolor, so I know I just love the effect. You can take these and you can do them wet and wet. And man, you know what it is? I think I know what it is. I bet you that this color is going to this light is going to correct itself probably within the next half hour, because my lights and everything in here have been set for our normal time. And I'm like, it's so much brighter outside right now. And that's got to be, I bet you that's what it is. Bet you. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to do them like that and then let them kind of spread out so you can see what kind of thing you can get from the swatches if we just drop it wet and let it go. I love that. Look at that. It's like such a beautiful bright pink color. There you go. Look at that. Ah, cool. Oh, okay, George. What'd you bring us today? Last night over in Ashley's, yeah, he brought me chocolate. So that was very good. It was yummy. Okay. Yes, Starving Artist Collective. Missing my art supplies, all packed. Nothing but pencil case and small sketchbook. I bet you are in withdrawal. I hope you get to get moved and unpack your studio much sooner versus later. All right, next color that we are doing is the purple. Purple. So this is the number 433. Purple. I just dripped it right there on the paper. That's all right. It's probably way more than I needed. Probably. That's okay. it's way more than I needed. I can't even get that to like thin out. That is way. I'm just going to take some of that off. I'm putting it in the palette that's right here next to me, and I'll use it. I'll use it as we test out some things. Yes. Because I wanted you to see like if it was like this one went thinner. I got a little overzealous with the dropper. I can see that my water is going to get dirty real fast. I'm just going to try to. Probably wasn't the best idea. Okay. All right. Can we bring some of this back? I really was not trying to put water into it because I wanted you to just see it neat, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. All right. Putting down, I'm going to take, I've got my, it's off camera. Of course, I have my favorite little well. I think all of you guys have seen that before. It's just my favorite little thing. It's a little shade. It's an old, it's an antique shaving scuttle, and it's porcelain, and I love it. I put a little tiny, you can see it, little tiny paint puck in there, because we know how much I love my paint pucks. I'm telling you guys, they're so. I just think it's the cutest little thing in the studio. I like it. All right, I'm just gonna take some of this ink back up, and I'm gonna use my brush and just drop it in there, so that I don't waste it. Not that I would waste it. I'll do something else. Oh, look at that! Wow. I'm just like, I tell you, I'm like looking here. I'm looking at the screen to see what you guys are seeing. Like to see it just. Oh. I like it. These are fun. These are fun. Let's see. Gypsy Heart Crafts says. Oh, so true. So true. So that's a great tip. And I'm just going to throw this over here. Right there it is. Just kind of got away from me. So she says you can, extra tip, you can dab the excess pigment on a rag before you rinse and it'll make your water last longer. Right now I have this paper towel. Well, I have extra paper towels beside me, but I was like, yeah, I meant to grab it, forgot it. I was too busy thinking about this. And that's funny. Okay, so I'm seeing, I love the little water scuttle. Thank you. I love that thing. That's funny. I'm just reading your comment about not having bots and then having bots in your comments. Yeah. These inks are really messy and they muck up your water fast. Yep, they do. So my rinsing well, and I was like, oh no, that's only half full. Hopefully it's going to last me the whole time. And then JR says, I use 3 water buckets and I actually have, and dab. And I actually have 3. So I have the one you see here, my little Faber-Castell pop-up, which is working on, I don't know if you see, working on an experiment for us. It's helping with that. And then I have, of course, my rinse well that I can, flush, and Doritos and grits, you and your grits, almonds, and reading some chat that you missed. Well, welcome back. Okay, next one up is Crimson. See, I need Ashley has Jared. That's what I need. I need somebody read me my comments, please. Of course, I like to put your comments on the screen because I just like to put your comments on the screen so that I can feature you. So I appreciate you being here. So look at that. You could get that's I was just thinking dry brush technique. You see that? And this is just Canson XL. Just because Not a huge fan of working with it, and I know it's better. So we don't have to go there. I know it's better to be swatching on the paper I'm going to be using them on, but that's all right. Excuse me. If I keep rinsing in my really dirty one and then going to the one that I can dump the water out of, and then just grabbing clean from here today. So hopefully that will help me keep it clean. So I can remember which one to go to, because they are not in the correct order right now. I'll have to switch it up after. Anyhow, I know it's better to do your swatches on the paper that you like to work with. And I'm going to be doing my, what I want to do larger watercolor swatches. I loved when, oh, look at that. You guys see, am I in the way? I'm going to just flooding. I did put a lot. That was a really wet wash right there. But look, I'm just going to let it go. I really like the way that that's looking as it's going. We're just going to let it be. Anyhow, when Ashley showed us and I don't know why I put titanium white on there, because I already told you guys and showed you what it does. But I'm just going to, one more time. I'm going to come back to it because, of course, I'm going to want to let this dry. And this is just my Tombow Mono. It happens to be what was on my desk. And apparently, because, you know, this one is still open, my Art Alternatives pigment liner. But I know this would be good and dark. So we're going to just let that set. So those of you who missed it the first go round, oops, if you missed it the first go round, you can see it. If I keep bumping, you guys aren't on that camera, thank goodness, because there's a camera like right here and I just keep banging it. And tap that. Okay, letting that dry. Going to the Portrait Pink. Portrait Pink. Oh, I need to tip because the bottles are a little taller than the dropper. And I couldn't get into it. There we go. Just taking a little tiny bit there. Wow, all of a sudden my nose wants to itch. Sorry, not trying to be rude. Hi, Rana. Rana or Raina? I think we've had this conversation before because this is suddenly sounding very familiar to me, and I'm thinking soft, short A sound. Rana. Or am I wrong? Please correct me if I'm wrong, because you know I wouldn't want somebody calling me Angler. You know, it's not really how you say my name. All right. Oh, such a great question, Starving. And although I'm sure that George loves them because he has them often, she asked, "What's a grit? What's a grit?" Angler. Yeah. See. See. Yes. Angular. Yeah. So that right there cracks me up because, sorry, grits is really like I would say it's like a southern United States food, southeast maybe, kind of like an oatmeal, but not it's very different. I'm not a fan, if you can't tell by my face betrays me. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I'm just personally I'm not a fan, but that's okay. You don't have to like everything. We don't have to like everything everybody else does, so it's fine. There we go. I'm just gonna let that one kind of do its thing too. Very close to cornmeal. Oh, like Plenta. There you go. There you go. Rana, thank you. Rana, softer A. See, I was right. All right, excellent. Thanks. And so, yeah, back to this. So, Angela, I have heard very often in my lifetime, because, you know, I grew up in New England, and here, if you're not quite sure how dialect goes up here, well, let's just say, If it ends in an A, then excuse me, if it ends in an R, you drop the R and you turn it into an A. Hence how your car becomes your car. It's like an AH. And then, so you have your car. And then, I don't need this right now. We're going neat with the yellow ochre first. And if it ends in an A, then you add an R, because that just sounds perfectly logical, right? But if it's like, oh, how is it? It would be, I'm trying to think like an example. Because there's times like, it all depends too, if it's followed by a consonant or followed by a vowel. Uh-oh, I'll touch the water. I touched the water for the portrait pink, and it's kind of wanting to travel. That's all right. That's all right. And I keep trying to screw these tops back on before I need to. I just want to drag that down so we can see how we can lighten it. And again, that, you know, so the left side just neat. And then we're going to do, I don't know why I'm rinsing, because I want the clean water, but the water's going to have the color in it anyway. But I want you to see if it, and make that sound. Anyways, I was saying about if it's followed by a vowel or followed by a consonant, that would be the difference between mar and ma, like your mother. Your mother, your ma. Yeah. I'm like running out. I'm going to take the Cad Yellow Deep and I'm going to bring it down. Just because we're running out of room. Which, you know, it's fine. I got a little crazy over here. My accent doesn't come through as bad now. When I was younger, I had it. And then, of course, out of high school, I moved away from New England for a while and was in the South. So, you know the was it linguists that they can listen to you talk and know where you've been. I'm like, they must have a field day listening to me talk, especially if I get upset. Then if I get upset, or I'm like, I'm laughing, or I just got some of this on my bladder here, just trying to get that off real quick before it dries and sets. And guess what? No, that's the reason I have this thing on my desk. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm saying that a lot today. It's fine. Ooh, look at that Cad Yellow. Look at that. Oh, could you imagine, like, I have an idea. That just gave me an idea. That'd be pretty. The portrait paint, right? It's looking peachy, like peachy ochre right now. Yeah, like, look at that. And I can add, like, that didn't move a lot. Let me see if that's still wet. I'm just gonna, because this is still very wet. So I just wanna, let's drop in a little more. Okay, you see that? Just so you can see, like, look at how, if you were, you can really get that a lot paler, a lot more pale. But anyhow, I've lived in, aside from, I think I've never not lived near water. I think this is the furthest away, where I am in Maine, is the furthest away from the coast I've ever been. Because I am like right in the heart of Maine. But when I was in Virginia, I was right there in Hampton Roads area. So that was right near the coast. The beach was just 10 minutes away. And then I lived in Hawaii. Love Hawaii. That is so bright. I just touching it there. I want to see, like, I don't know if that wash just wasn't wet. It's not, this one's not moving much at all. And I don't know if it was just that that was not wet. I mean, I can see it out to the outer edge. Let's see if you guys can see that. If I move that closer to you, will it focus? So you see the ring? There's like that ring, but this is not moving around in that water. It just sunk right there and sat there. But then look at how they dilute though. And that's what I was hoping, like, oh, did you see like this one? I wanted to see like how they were going to, and when we could get that diluted down, we could get this diluted down really, really light. Maybe I'll show you something like that. If I can hurry up and get these things swatched. All right, gold. A little less moving, a little less talking. That's why I was saying, if I had somebody that was reading me my comments, I would just be like, boom. No, I wouldn't. You guys, I wouldn't. You know, I'm gonna. And if anybody who knows me, especially from my family, is watching this, they're like, you would not be quiet. No, you wouldn't. You haven't been quiet a day in your life. It's true. Oh my gosh. And I watched, I was like, I think I had messaged, I think I had sent Ashley over at Gypsy Heart Crafts a message. Oh, I just saw that. Thank you. See, that would be like, I'd have to do that the way that when you had me co-host with you there to give you what was going on in your chat for you, that live when Jared was away. That would be fun. That'd be fun. Who knows? Maybe one day my stream is going to start with a huzzah, ladies and gentlemen. And it won't be me. Because that is becoming Ashley's little like trade phrase there. Okay, I'm going to grab, I'm not going to waste this. I'm just going to grab this and go like that. Why not? Here's the gold. We're going to put this down. And then I'll just go right into that. And that spot, it dried, so it's not going to interfere with us. Something has got blue all worked up downstairs. Blue is my parakeet. And, well, funny story. Blue was supposed to be my parakeet. I was in the city, and I told, look at the way it's just kind of moving around a little bit there. Let's give it a little bit more and see what it does. So I was in the city, and I went to the pet store. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go stop at the pet store. A big mistake. Don't just go stop at the pet store, folks. Like, don't. Now, mind you, excuse me. I will say, like, people don't have to come at me. Like, it was a responsible decision. I already had everything for a bird. Of course, if you don't know, like, I have a sun conure, so Tuca, and I have all the, cages. I had everything I already needed at home. And we had been talking about getting a parakeet for a while because I had said I wanted one. And so then, quiet is scary. You never want me to get really quiet. No, that would be me too. Anyhow, so we had been talking about getting one, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stop at the pet store because I'm here and just see what they have. And so the first time I did that, I came home with nothing. Like, I was there. It was Petco. I think it was Petco. Yes, it was Petco. And so I was there for a while. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to age myself here, but back in the 90s, if I would have just picked up the guitar in the store and started jamming on it, I can't play guitar. I would have gotten help so much faster. But you can't do that in a pet store. Hold on one second. Oh, sorry. So you can't do that in the pet store. Well, I mean, maybe if it wasn't locked, I could have just opened up the thing and reached in and started seeing if one of the birds wanted to, you know, say hi. I have experience handling birds. Like I said, I do have my two. That's what I call them two. Tuca. It's two. So anyhow, nobody would help me. So I was like, oh, fine. I was there for an hour looking at the birds. I was like, oh, today's not the day. Okay. So I went home. And Lou was like, he had the cage up. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to the pet store. Where's the bird? I'm like, no, nobody wanted to help me today. All the birds were sad as I waved by because none of them got to come home. So then the next time I went, because I go, it's like an hour for me to get to the city. I don't like going to the city. I don't like going an hour away from home. And, ooh, do you see that one? See that one? It just, look at those edges. You could get some neat effects, like knowing that, like how that's going to kind of do its thing. And it is still moving, so yeah, we're going to leave that one be. I want to see what it does. You can see how you can get like that really light wash if you thin that right down. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. So anyhow, I went back the next month and I was like, all right, I'll give it another chance. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I did not want to do that in your ear. And I saw blue, and I will have to get, like, I had full intention, like today, I could have had him up here. I could have, because this is not going to bother. I mean, aside from he could have flown over and tried to land in my paint or something. But he doesn't. He does not. He's a budgie, and he does not like to be held, and he's enjoying his own space. He'll go to Lou. So yeah, that was the thing. I got him home, and he was supposed to be my bird. And he won't let me pick him up. Oh, he's like, oh, you can feed me. You can clean my room, but don't touch me. And no, I'm not going to sit on your shoulder. It's like, okay, you know. Tuca will. Oh my gosh, I can't have a conversation anywhere near Tuca. Or he's like going crazy, squawking obnoxiously. I put that away. I don't know why I put it away. We weren't done with it yet. Here we go. Phthalo green. That's moving like that. So turquoise. So that first hit, and you can see right around here, just go right out. Yeah, I guess I know what I'm doing this week. We're going to be adjusting lighting at about 3 o'clock tomorrow. Because I always play with them at the time that I would stream. And then I completely forgot about, we changed the clocks. There's more light. I could like pull those curtains and close. I have a north facing window that's like in front of me. The other side shouldn't be giving me a problem, but just let that pull out a little bit more. I want to let this kind of, look at that. Just kind of connect it. Just let it move. It's like almost like it like made this bubble, push the water, and because you see it's not traveling right there. So I almost put that where I didn't want to. Okay, so there are the Daler Rowney. Oh, I'll show you the titanium white. That should be plenty dry to put that on there. So these are the System 3. These are the opaque. Next, we're going to do the, so I'm just going to do this stripe neat. I'm just going to pull it down with the dropper, because if you used, say, if I use my hand, why don't you use like my dip pen and dip in this, and then, you know, do some highlights or something on a painting. You'd be using it at this full strength. And you see, it definitely covers. I keep looking like you guys are here and you're not. You're here. I'm going to get used to my new setup. I promise. I promise. But I hope you guys will like me. I hope you like the new backdrop. I just had to replace my topiary back there. It takes the, back there. It takes, those lights are battery. And so they'll come on and then they'll, I almost just pulled my hair right up and stuck it in the, that wouldn't have been good. It would have been in the phthalo green, in the turquoise. Anyways, it runs on batteries. So it turns on at 10 minutes to 3 because that reminds me, if I'm sitting here, that reminds me it's 10 minutes to go time on Thursdays. And just going to let that, so that's going to mix with that water. I'll blend that around. And my mic is further away from me today, guys, because I was really, and so see, if you're going to thin that down, I mean, you could get a transparent, but you can also get more of that pigment in there, and it can be very opaque. So I like that. I do like that white. And the way that it dried, oh, let's find out. Because I did that one last week, which has been sitting here. It's acrylic, right? This should not reactivate. Should not. I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to grab another paper, and we're going to do the other ones, because clearly I filled it up and made the mess. I'm just going to put that on the counter behind me. I love that Lou made me that counter. It's so handy. And it's actually a live edge. This is actually a live edge piece of birch that he milled. They took trees down at my parents' house, and he has like an Alaskan mill. So he makes slab wood with his chainsaw. So, and he made me the counter. So anyhow, I'm just going to grab a brush. Because it's acrylic, nothing's going to re-wet on this. Nothing's going to move, or I think there was something on my brush because that's dark and it's not. Hold on, I'm just going to grab this. I know it's big, but staying put. Yes. Let me get that focus. Boom. There's like fuzz. I don't know if there's something in this brush. I used this brush earlier too to wet a page, and it was like, you see all that lint in? I don't know what got on my brush, but apparently there's something in it. Okay. And of course, one moment, my apologies. I was thinking, I'm going to have plenty of room. She can do them all on that paper. Yeah. Okay. And this is going to be Daler Rowney. I'm going to show you. This is the FW acrylic. Boom. Let me show you what I did with the patrons. So we were playing around, and I did a see? Exactly. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I mentioned moving the mic. Wanted to say we can hear you just fine today. So excellent. Because I was like, where it was, I wasn't liking it. I wasn't liking it at all. Because it was picking up stuff. Like if I set something on the desk, it was like dunk, and you'd hear that. And I didn't like the way it sounded. So we did this. This was wet and wet. And this was just a little bit where the trying to think which one that was. I think I know I used the marine. So the marine blue is here. And I'm pretty sure. I did not. I haven't shaken these. That's why. Because I'm like, this one's not all shaken up. That this guy, which is processed cyan. I think this is what I did for the sky. So anyhow, this was done wet and wet. So I want to see how would they react like if I was working, because I love working wet and wet in watercolor. So that was wet and wet. We did that one. And then this one, which I'm going to show you some of the techniques that I used in the other one as soon as we're done with swatches, because this was so much fun. This was so much fun. And I have something new at the desk that you look at. You see the shimmer? That's from the pearls from some of these FW acrylics. So we're going to get there. But look at that. And then let me bring you, look at the texture. So I'm going to show you how I got all that texture today. Man. And we are going to, I'm going to use something different. Because last time, okay, it was just on my, over here. I'm like, it was just on my desk. So I used this when I was in the live with my patrons, and I was using that. You know, this is actually like, it came with my camera, and it's really, I just like right into the ink with it by accident, but you would like, you know, to get the dust away. So anyhow, that was, I'm not using it. I'm using something different. Hopefully it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, so we have got a few of these. So I need to 1, 2, 3, 5. And I think I'm going to do them. There are, I'll just write it. If it's pearl, I'll just write. It's going to say pearl anyways. Because there are a couple pearl color. Like, look at these. Look at those. Oh, they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. All right. 5. Sorry, I'm reaching right through on you guys. I don't know much about that. 14 colors. 14 colors. We're going to go faster. And this one is shimmer. It says shimmer green. But let me tell you. So it said shimmer green. And I think it was Ashley asked, how would this work like on the highlights of the water? So I don't know. Let's see if I can get it to pick up for you. Ready? Excuse me. So I put it on the water. So it's through here. I wasn't as neat. And now that I see how it works, I would be much neater with my application. Because you ready? Watch this. Can we get the shimmer to show? Will the shimmer show, please? It doesn't want to show. Oh, there we go. Do you see it in there? Like, you see the shimmer? So it was like, oh, can we put that on like the highlights of the waves and get that like shimmer? Yes, she says, yep, that was me. That was you. And there goes my air compressor again. That's, I know I asked and I didn't see it in the chat. That's not too loud, is it? Hopefully not. Okay. So I'm going to go. I'm just kind of looking at where these are. I'm just going to kind of go kind of in the order I had them. So this is just the shimmer, and I don't think the shimmer is going to show you a whole lot. Perhaps. Oh, that might be. I have an idea. I'm going to start with, yep. I'm going to start with the black. I'm not going to start with the shimmer. I'm going to start with the black because I'll go all the way through. I'll get to the shimmer at the end, and I'll put a little bit of the shimmer across the black so we can really see how it comes out. Thank you, Tara. And she said, no, it's fine. And I don't need that pen. Okay. So this is number 028, and it's black FW acrylic. So line work, which made me think of excuse me, which made me think of Joseph's recent project where he did the tree. Have you guys, if you haven't seen it, you check that out. The link to his channel is in the description below. Joseph and both of my mods, Joseph and Ashley. So definitely do check out their channels. This is number 028, and this is black. And so talking about it drying or smudging, he inked that, and yeah, the tree came out great. I think the tree came out great. I saw that he posted it today over on MeWe. So we're going to look at the black, and I'm going to pull that down, and just let me grab. All right, let me grab that. I'm just going to pull some of this out first. I did some line work here, because we will make sure that when this is done and dries, that it's permanent. So for those of you who might be interested, wow, the link is in the description below for all these inks. So if that is something that interests you and you do line work like he did, he lined everything out for his tree. I'm just going to pull that down. And then let's let that kind of fade out. Okay, my brush was damp. Not too much water. And I can pull more black into that. Look at the... Okay. I'm gonna rinse that. And then we'll drop that in the wet wash. And, you know, you may be watching this going, this is not how I would use this. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just loving exploring, like, how can we use it? What can we do? And if you're new here, I love to get, you see how those just went? I love to get on here live with a brand new supply and, excuse me, just experiment and just play and push it. Like, how far can we push it? What can we do? What can we make it do? What can we use with it? How's it going to react? Like, it's a lot of experimentation during live and just really seeing what we can do. So if that's the kind of thing that you can get interested in, then hit that subscribe button. I don't usually say that. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. You will get notified when we go live and have fun. But every Thursday. We go live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so the next is, and now look at that. You can see, let me lift that up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. You see the color shift? See the color shift right here. So that's where my paintbrush was damp. I went back up here and pulled down at the end. That is, sorry, my hands are shaky. Wow. So that, you know, I happened to see it. It looked more gray to me at that point. And so I want to make sure you guys saw that. Okay. Next color is 251, and that is sepia. Sepia? We had this conversation already. I say sepia. And you can say it however you say it. Oh, Teresa, you share that. Sorry, guys. All of a sudden, like, the pressure must have just changed outside or something, because all of a sudden my ear was just like a lot of pressure in it. Actually, I just like to make weird faces at the camera randomly, so you know, there's that. Oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. That sounds very interesting, and yeah, I would love it if you would share that. And why do I not have that up on the screen anywhere? I should have that on the screen. I need to fix that. Note to self for next week. Yeah. Share that in the art group. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the art group, we do have an art group over on MeWe. I have one on Facebook too, and you can probably find me. It's like Clark Fine Art Artist. I am never there, folks. There's no activity there. And yeah, look at that color. Oh, I could see that being, oh, I could see this being gorgeous for like with a monochromatic painting. Make it look like that really old time. Yeah, that would be beautiful. Anyhow, just hit my hand on my desk. Wow. So, yeah, thank you. All right, there it is. Look at, I'm just going to thank you. Thank you, Ashley. There it is. Now it's on the screen. Now it's there. Exploring art. So, Starving Artist Collective, thank you, had asked if I was going to create an art group to kind of go along with my channel and, you know, my Clark Fine Art page or whatever, if you would, and on MeWe. And I did, like I said, I have one on Facebook, but there's no action. I mean, you guys can all go if you want. It's there. If people were there, I guess I would be responding. But way more active on MeWe, guys. I'm on MeWe every single day, so that's where you find me. And if you're not on MeWe, check it out because, gosh, I like it so much better. So much better. Look at that. Look at that. Just travel. Love to see them go. So anyways, yeah, join us over there. It's just, it doesn't matter what medium you work in, because you know what? If you haven't seen my largest art haul ever, like, it was ridiculous. It was crazy. And that, yeah, I've got a lot of mediums. So certainly I'm not going to restrict other people. Doesn't matter what you work in. And I have albums over there for you to share your work in, that whether it's colored pencil. This is number 554, and it's Red Earth. I wonder if they have pigment information. I would love to see the pigment information on some of these. Because of the way they kind of, I'm having ideas. I'm having ideas. Red Earth. Like Red Earth. Is this like a PBR 101 maybe? Or I don't know. I have no idea. Would be cool to find out. I'm going to have to do some research. So, lots of great artists over there. And for any of you all that are artists from the group that are watching now or catch this on the replay, we're going to need some more artwork submitted for your, I keep getting splatters on my paper. I gotta be careful. For work to be considered to update the group cover photo, because I already did. So I started the group, and when I started the group, of course, I only had my own artwork to put up there. So when I posted that, all the artwork that was showing and all of the cover photos will be kept for record. There's an album that has them in it over there. And so the first one was all my artwork, but I immediately put out a request saying that, okay, I see that, hobby artist. I will get to that in a second and comment. So anyhow, I was just like, hey, I don't want this to be my artwork on the cover. Like, I did not name it on Facebook. My art group was, Clark Fine Artist Group. And no, I didn't want that. I wanted a group that would feel inclusive for all artists and that you'd want to be a part of and have fun in, and, share your stuff and connect with other artists. And so I thought, you know what? We are all just exploring art, and hence the name was born. because that is, I think that also just kind of describes me. I'm constantly just exploring art. So many different mediums. I'm like, and some of that is the ADHD, because by having so many different, I can't get bored. I just can't get bored, because if I get bored with something, I just go to something else. So should be like, what is the medium for this month or something? Oh, perfect. So Teresa says, I am still playing to see what I can do with them. They mix beautifully to get different colors, and I'll share it when it's done. Awesome. Excellent. And so hobby artist, I said I would come. Okay. That was apparently my Bose speaker just wanted to talk to us. I would love to see the pigment information for the portrait pink color. So yeah, that would be misspelled. Jared is in the house. Hello, Jared. I will see if I can find out, a hobby artist. I will see if I can find out. And I will definitely post it. I'll pin a comment to the video if I can find it. And I will update in the over on MeWe, regardless whether I can find it or I can't find it. I will let you know one way or the other and not just leave you hanging. So this is processed magenta. I need to move it, or we're going to be like this whole time just swatching, and that is not what I want to do. You want some squid, huh? I thought you were like Squid Games or something. You're just dropping something in there. I was like, what? Are you going deep sea fishing? Like, what is that? What is that? I'm teasing. All right, here we go. Just pulling some of that down so you can get. See, you could look at, and I'll see these, whereas the others are, when I was pulling them down, they were staying really thick. I could see that you could get some nice transparent layers with these. Look at that. You're gonna get fried chicken and calamari and some dried. I don't even know what else said. No, thank you. You guys enjoy. You guys enjoy. I have had calamari. Not a fan. They're not onion rings, people. All this talk of food, you're hungry. Yeah, I think Lou was like, yes, oh my gosh. I just looked up, and the aid device up there just says it is 57 degrees outside right now. 57. Guys, like, oh my gosh, I can see like the ground in the front of the neighbor's house over that just like appeared. We have not had 57 degrees since last October. If we had 57 in October. It's winter. Winter's long, and I'm not getting excited because it's still only March. So, yeah. We had, is it last year or the year before? We had snow on Mother's Day, so, you know. You just never know. You just never know when Old Man Winter is done with you. Look at that. Ugh. Yeah, see, like that process, I'm gonna have to do it. I need to find out if I can get some. I'm just gonna pull these here so I can kind of stop reaching rudely in front of you guys as I kind of go. You didn't see. Our next color, 567. This is Scarlet Red. So again, these were not a set. If you've just joined us. Yeah, it does look like onion rings. That's why I said not onion rings. These are the Daler Rowney FW acrylic inks that Teresa sent me. And she had messaged me and said, if I send you some of these, would you use them? Would you try them out? And I was, absolutely, I would. That sounds like fun. I love, especially if I haven't tried it before. And it really sounds like, ooh, look at that scarlet. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. It's like It almost, to me, it's just like I see this, I see scarlet and I'm like, ooh, I see deep, vibrant, like orange because it's such a nice warm red. I mean, just look, oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. All right, now we're gonna get ourselves a wash in here. I just want that nice wet wash. Just gonna drop some of that in. Look at that. I knew I still had a lot on my brush, so just beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I just did that in my clean water. No, not in the clean water. Okay. So I have now cleaned the other rinse well, and that will be my clean water now. This will be my second rinse. Oh my goodness. I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. Let's just like, yeah, this see, things dry. Gosh, things dry so fast in this space. So fast. But look at that scarlet red. Oh. Because I already put scarlet in there. I just want to see how we, oh, that's beautiful. Hi, Shauna. Caution Artist at Play is in the house. You guys don't know who Shauna is? Everybody say, hi, Shauna. I was like, wait a minute. Well, we should have done it. We should have been like, oh, maybe when Jared showed up too. You can get everybody, come on. Jared's here. Shauna's here. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Thank you. Ah, thank you for Shauna, your candy. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. That just looks so delicious. I loved that. Loved that. If you guys don't know what I am talking about, if you don't follow Caution Artist at Play, she posted in the MeWe group, and she has her channel here on YouTube. I almost said Facebook. What is wrong with me? And she just did. It's like, what is that? Grandma's candy dish? Is that what you said? Is that what you called it? Oh, but you know all the like candies, like the ones that look like the strawberries with the twist top, and like the round white ones with the green stripes or the red stripes, and like the butterscotch. Oh, they just all looked so good. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I need some candy now. All right, 651. This one is lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. I'm writing fast and sloppier because I want to get you through this, because I really want to show you. It's awesome. I wanted to do this ahead of time. My intent was, and we're going to see some changes happening around the live stream. Excuse me. So, yes, clap for your awesomeness. Clap for your awesomeness. I'm sorry. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Can we just 1 second? Humor Jared. There you go. There you go. Anyhow, we're gonna be seeing some different things with the live stream. Wasn't it Teresa? Teresa's talking about Shauna's candy. Hello, Alicia. That's coffee in hand. I need some coffee. Oh, yes. I can only imagine the detail, though, like the highlights and like the wrapper and the shiny. You nailed it. You nailed it, because that was beautiful. It was beautiful. Don't expand his ego. Oh my goodness. Okay, lemon yellow. Are you ready? Because this is like brightness right there. Yes. And so, we did talk about these being light fast, but please make sure that we do note, and it just, wow, sorry, it bears mentioning for those who don't know. They maybe say that they're light fast, but this from the System 3 acrylic opaque, this number 538 fluorescent pink, by the very nature that it's fluorescent, it is most likely, I would be surprised if it was not, going to be fugitive. Okay, so that will fade. That's not going to be light fast. Just remember that. And it doesn't matter that it's not light fast if you're not selling the original piece of your work. Or, here's just a little thought on that. What happens if you create this piece of art and it's beautiful? It wasn't light fast material. As far as maybe maybe you used a couple fluorescent colors in there that if sunlight hits it, sorry, that it's going to fade. But you have somebody that sees it and is like, I want it, and they want it, and they want to pay you for it. Are you going to sell it? There goes the compressor again. Lou says there's no leak. It just every now and then comes on. So, okay, there we go. So I'm going to get to Shauna's comment in just a second. My 2 cents, which is, it's my 2 cents. So I can spend it how I want. You don't have to take my 2 cents. You can ignore that, and that's fine. And you can disagree with me, and you know what? That's perfectly fine too. But if you've done something like that and somebody wants to purchase it and you're willing to part with it, I say, yes, you can, as long as you are responsible as the artist and tell them, you know what? That's lovely. I'm glad that, something like, I'm glad that you're interested in my art, but that piece was not archival. I could make you a print, and I would offer that first. But if they're like, no, I want that one. And if it's not something that you're scanning, or maybe you've already scanned it for print, and you're willing to let it go, then I would be like, okay, if that's what you want and you're understanding that could fade, then yes. But I would advise, it needs to be under UV glass and whatever. It can't be anywhere near, a window with the sunlight coming in, because this will ruin. But that's my opinion. Okay, it's not. I am not going to avoid a product because I love the product. I love the supply, but but it's not light fast. But if I like to play with that, and I like to experiment with that, and I like to create art with it, then I'm going to do it. And again, as I've always said, and I will continue to say with the precursor, that then I'm only going to sell prints of it. But I'm not going to let it keep me from experiencing something that brings me joy. Like that, no. If this is number 363, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but obviously I was headed down that road. Olive green. But if it's a supply that you like, or maybe you are, now's not the time for you to pull out the wallet and slap it down on some full set of insert your biggest wish list item here, because it's light fast and that's what you think you should be working with, because that's what you hear other people tell you that you should be working with. And you know what? No, that is again, this is my personal opinion. We don't have to have, we can have a good conversation about it, but we don't have to have a nasty conversation about it. Because I just think, again, I am not telling you to work in anything that is not light fast and then go sell that work. Go sell prints of that work. Absolutely. Have fun with that supply and experiment. Absolutely. Should somebody want to purchase that from you? Not without full disclosure and trying to offer a print first. That is my opinion. So, but God bless. Have I've got a lot of supplies that I can't wait to show you guys. They're budget supplies, and I got them for a reason, because I I can remember. Let me go to the Wayback Machine. I had something that was so excited. I was so excited about getting this supply. I can't tell you what it was at this point. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't recall. But I was so excited about it, and I was so excited about being able to get it. And then, there was somebody that was like, "You can't work in that. That's not Light Fast. Like, that's not artist grade. You can't work in that." Made me question my supplies. Like, I liked it. Why couldn't I work with it? Ooh, look at that. Look at this separate. You get like, you're getting in that olive green. Look at, you're getting some of that separation. You see that yellow separating there? Oh, that's gorgeous. Wet and wet. Look at how that just drops wet and wet. Look at the little, like, tender. If this was a wetter wash, if I had let that paper absorb that water and then come in with another, layer of water on top of that, I bet that would have done some really, really neat things. So I won't continue to rant on. I just think that, as far as I am concerned, I don't want to rain on somebody else's parade, because creating art has helped me in my own life more times, and has brought me through some rough spaces. And what if somebody turned around and said, "You can't work in that, but that's what I have. But it's not artist quality. But I just wanted to make some art." And now you're questioning your art supplies, and now you feel bad about what you have. Do not feel bad about what you have. Use what you have. Love what you have. You'll see, and a lot of that's another thing. But let me just pop this, because I'll get there. I didn't realize today was going to be a rant. I apologize, because it was not my intent. So Shauna says, "I feel the same way when it comes to light fast materials and selling. It's why I don't invest in alcohol markers. Not that I don't have some supplies that aren't archival. I'm just picky about it." Absolutely, Nancy. I absolutely agree with you, because for me personally, if I am going to sap green, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't say, okay, this one is number 375 and it is sap green. So if I'm going to sell something if I'm creating artwork that I am going to sell, then it's going to be with archival quality supplies. Okay. And that is my choice. That is, I think, the responsible thing for artists to do. But at the same time, guys, there are so many. I have so many budget supplies in this studio. You guys have seen some of them. You've seen them. And if I absolutely love to use them, like, for example, because Ashley just mentioned it last night in her stream, because she was asking me about it, the Dandelion Paint Co. and the Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiance line of liquid watercolors. So, I'm going to put that up on the screen. Thank you, Teresa. So, is Hobby Artist still here? I hope so. There you go. There's that pigment information for the portrait pink. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa, if you can, like, just message me a link on MeWe for where to find all the pigment information, and then that way there, I'll make sure it's tied to everything so that people who are interested can find that out. So I have lots of stuff that's it is not light fast. Gosh, you know what? It is not artist grade. It would be considered student grade. But it sure is fun to play with sometimes when, when you start to, and this is what I do, because when I start to get feeling precious about my supplies, because, like, oh my gosh, I can't use that up, right? It costs so much money. What am I going to do? Like you keep seeing me swatch on Canson XL as I talk about not being precious with your supplies. I use the heck out of this when I'm swatching because one, I just want to see the colors, and I do understand that the colors could react differently on different papers. I get it. I know that. But I don't care for this paper. I just don't like it. Years ago, I had started expanding into other mediums, and I was like told, oh, you should get some Canson, XL. It's great. It's great. Well, it must have worked great for that person's technique, and I'm gonna leave it there because for me personally, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the way that things kind of like when you're doing watercolor. Like, well, you know what? I gotta like think about what I'm saying here because I say I'm not a fan, but if I were, I just want to see how these move around. I'm just letting this sap green flow. Sap green is usually a color that I really like. Anyhow, I haven't put pencils on these yet. Maybe I love pencils on these. Maybe I love pencil on this paper. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Have any of you guys done pencil on this paper? I haven't tried it. So, excuse me. Wow. Just, I'm not trying to get like, not trying to go off on a rant and not trying to bring everybody down. This is 151. And this is marine blue. This is gorgeous, guys. This is the one, marine blue. Oh my gosh. I think this is one of my favorite colors that she sent me. Oh, there she is. Hobby artist. Did you get that? Yes. Okay. Thank you for the payment information. Okay. The bottom of this, what I did the ocean here, this is this blue. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So let's get that on here. But what happened was, and I guess this is why I'm bringing it up. Sorry. See, I'm getting myself all worked up, and then that's what happens. Anyone know how these DWs? I'm saying Daler. This is Daler Rowney compared to the Liquitex acrylic inks. I have a set of 1, 2, 3. I have 4 up there. So I'll tell you what. Starving Artist Collective. I don't know that we're gonna have time today because I can see us going over. But I say going over. I don't have a set time. Like I stream until we're done. I try to always be done by. I try not to go past 6 o'clock. Because you know, gotta eat and all. But and I was like, I know I've told you guys like every Thursday. Wow. Every Thursday, excuse me, I would have a dinner with a family member, and we changed that. We changed it to Tuesdays. I was like, guys, I don't like I'm sitting there in live stream and I'm going, oh, got dinner. I'm like watching the clock and that distracts me, and I can't have look at that color. This is just such a beautiful color. Ugh. I mean, not like I have a thing for, you know, this color or anything. I just knocked the painting. I'll have to get that. Just knocked the painting that I was going to show you how we're going to do it. But distracted by its beautifulness there. That is gorgeous. Look at that color. And that is showing so much more blue for you guys. This is teal. This is like marine. It's teal for sure. So Starving Artist Collective, you asked how they compare to Liquitex acrylics. I have 4. I don't have many. I want to get the what is that set? I think Ashley has it, or maybe I saw that Tara Giblin Art has it. They're like the muted colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. anyhow, I want to get that set. It's on the wish list. It's not coming anytime soon. There's so much stuff to show you guys first, but I can do some comparison for you if you would like that. I'd be more than happy to maybe do that as a short edited. I say short. You guys are probably like, there's nothing you do that's short. Come on. Sorry. Unless you like it being hanging out. I like hanging out with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys on Thursday. Oh, like, oh, look at. All right, I'm bringing this one closer. Ready? Let it get focused. Here we go. I just love when they. Of course, that's what I love about watercolor. So, of course, I love when they do that. But we're doing these swatches. We're doing into water. We're almost done with these, and I'm going to show you in a minute. There's other stuff we can be using. So, yes. See, okay, so I'm trying to get caught up with the chat as we're going through. And Shauna says, sometimes it's just fun to have supplies with the sole purpose of experimenting, having fun. No intention of selling, right? And of course, like, yes, making prints is always an option. Like, that's what I've always said. I've always said, if you are doing something in your sketchbook, maybe you love to work in a sketchbook, and you're doing something in a sketchbook and you're like, oh my God, isn't my sketchbook just fantastic? So scan it and make prints and sell it. And let other people enjoy it. Like, go for it. Why not? But that's what I think. Sometimes I think we just have this, like, and it's because of things that other people put out. And you hear it. And I'm not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing with when I hear other artists on YouTube say light fast is important. I 100% agree with you. Light fast is important. If, they're going to be like, there's going to be something. If you are an artist selling your work. In a professional capacity, yes. But you know what? There's a lot of people that come by and stop in and say hello on our channels, and we have multiple YouTubers that put out videos here today, right? So Caution Artist That Play is here. Art of Joseph Fincham is here. Ashley from Gypsy Heart Crafts is here. Tara Giblin Art just started putting out videos. If I have missed you, hopefully I'm not. George Pencil Art. Thank you. George Pencil Art puts out videos. You know what? We have people come by and pop in our chats and drop in the comments. And it's like, you have both extremes, right? Like, you have people that are like, you have to use light fast materials. Like, anything else is just far inferior. Well, it's only inferior if you're doing it on work that you're intending to sell. Like, it shouldn't be done. If you're intending to sell that would be being, in my opinion, being irresponsible, because you're going to sell that work that a person purchasing it will think, oh, I buy art and it's going to last. I'll have it for my lifetime, right? Because it's an original. I'm speaking of originals, okay? And if I'm selling an original piece of artwork for me personally, then you rest assured, unless it came with some major disclosure, it's light fast, you're getting what you're paying for, okay? And I believe in having that full disclosure. So I'm like, it's just a bit, but I also have like, I've got the back of the artists that are like, but I'm just here to have fun and I just want to learn. Or maybe I'm just starting on my journey and, I'm sorry, but I can't afford luminance, or I can't afford light fast if you want to work in pencils, or, I can't afford schminka, or whatever your thing is. I'm here to tell you it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. Use. Oh. I hope you guys were watching that and not watching me ramble. That was beautiful. Use what you have. Use what you enjoy. And, you know the ads when they say, like, drink responsibly, sell responsibly. If you created something, you know if you use light fast materials or not. And if you didn't, then please don't sell it as if it is. Because then that gives the rest of us a hard time too, because, well, I tried to get something one time from an artist, and by the end of the summer, you couldn't even see it on my wall anymore. Well, my apologies. But then they have a bad taste in their mouth, and then they start to question. Anyway, I'm going to get caught up on the chat. I'm going to just let it go right there. You guys can, if you're watching this on the replay, I'm still going to catch up through the chat. I'm sure some of you may have thrown some opinion in there or whatnot, but if you're watching on the replay and if you have an opinion, yes, you can share your opinion. Of course you can share your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. You're just not entitled to mistreat anybody else with the sharing of your opinion, okay? Because that's not acceptable. But you are absolutely entitled to your opinion. And I respect you and your opinion. Because I'm like, I have no problems disagreeing. We can disagree all day long. And I'll still love your art if it's beautiful. Well, it might not be beautiful, but that might be the point of your art. And I still might appreciate it. How's that? I would appreciate your art. Yeah. Rant's over. Oh, I didn't get through the comments to make sure you guys didn't say anything. It's like, I'm ending this now. We need to move on. Enough is enough of that. It's just because I had seen a comment recently and somebody said that they gave away. This is what set me off. Because somebody said that they gave away or donated some art supplies that they really liked and they didn't have them anymore because they were not light fast. And that just kind of tweaked a nerve because I'm like, you know what? In my opinion, and again, I try to make sure anytime I say something, put something out on my channel, share a product, that I am very much conscious and considerate of the fact that this product that I am sharing, while I may not like it, may be somebody else's best. And I don't want to rain on somebody else's parade. And I will be happy to point out, maybe I don't like it, but if you like to work like, however, this might be perfect for you. And just positiveness. I just want to see that kind of less negativity going around. So that's just me. Sorry. 1, 1, 2. And now this is the other pearl color. So that was the pearl purple, which is looking gorgeous. And that's the one that I dropped on the floor. I will grab it in a second so I can show you it again, the pearl purple. And this is the pearl blue galaxy. Pearl, oops, I can spell. Pearl blue galaxy. That would be like Ashley's stream yesterday. She's like, I don't know how people can't say quit. Exactly. Right there, that's how. Quinacridone. I was like, when she said it, I started laughing because I went to say it and I was like, oh shoot, I couldn't say it either at that moment. So, anyways, but it's funny. It's one of those like I can get it out, and sometimes it'll get my tongue all twisted up, or like what's the phalocyan whatever. It's phthalo blue. It's phthalo blue. If I looked at it, yes, I could pronounce it. It would take me a minute. I'll go, oh, look at that blue. I would go by the syllables. It would be fine. Number 112, pearl. Yeah, oh, look at I'm like, can we get, I don't know if well, yeah, no, that's not going to get that there, but maybe well, I was looking at the bubbles from when I shook it. And it's like, oh, you see the sparkles? Oh yeah, you see the sparkles? Look at how it sparkles. Huh? It just sparkles. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting excited because it's like we got some time left still. I want to play because this is wonderful. And if you enjoy watching swatches, like I've been watching a lot of swatches recently because I've been doing some research. So I will go, and YouTube is a great source for information, so long as you understand the source and make sure it's valid information. Because I am one of those people that, like, you can tell me something and like if I think it's one thing and you're like, no, it's not, it's this, and I'm wrong. Like, I have no problem being wrong if I'm wrong. Like, if I think I'm right, I will debate the fact with you. I'm not gonna say argue with you. I will debate the fact with you. But if I'm going to debate something, if I think something is one thing and I say it, I say debate the fact. And the reason I choose that word is because literally, anyways, I'm not going to just throw stuff out there at you. I'm going to tell you also, go check here, go check there. Like, here's where you can find the information that is backing up what I'm saying. That's why I'm not wrong. Or, hey, great, you tell me I am wrong, and where can I go find that information? Which is what I was saying earlier about the pigment stuff. Like, I'll find it because if I can, if it's out there, because I don't want to put out false information. I don't want to like assume. I'm not going to make, I'm not going to make an assumption, because you know what happens when you make an assumption, and you guys might immediately like jump to the wrong conclusion here. That has nothing to do with me. An assumption makes well, I don't have a beep button right now, but it's out of you an umption, because it's assumption. It's not, I never assume. So that's just you and umption. Has nothing to do with me. It just, oh my gosh. I guess can you recall that movie? Am I ridiculously dating myself? Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. I gotta get caught up on the chat. So, because we're gonna move right into the next thing. That explains why the swatch looks peachy ochreish and on the screen. Bad marketing on their part. So you were talking about, and let me just bring that back over, because you were talking about the portrait pink, and now that has pretty much, it's almost dry. You'll see that is portrait pink. Like, you can dilute quite a bit. But yeah, see, that's it's dry. That's the portrait pink. So not really a lot of pink to it, is it? And I saw that the pigment information went up on the screen because I clicked it, but I didn't see what the pigments were. Yeah, just give me a second there. Oh, marine blue is one of my absolute favorite colors. That is gorgeous. Like, hands down, I could see me using this up and definitely buying a bottle open stock to replace. And they do have these open stock. They are at Blick. And again, all the links are in the description below for the stuff I'm using today. And yeah, it's not pink. Yeah, Teresa says it's not pink at all. More of like, yeah, flesh tone. Yeah. Yeah, and I think some people, maybe that's why but why say portrait pink? Like, I don't know. Like, some people don't like the word, like, make it flesh or whatever. I think they've just taken that out of some lines, but anyhow. Oh, yes. Those were the muted, I knew I'd seen them. Those were the muted inks from Liquitex, right? Yeah, Liquitex. Yeah, those are pretty. Those are gorgeous. The Muted collection from Liquitex. Yep, there you go. Da-da-da. And there we go. Yes, the option for prints is exactly why I don't hesitate buying the Radiant line. Exactly. Yes, I was going to get to that. I'm like, you just got that. The whole line is fugitive. That entire line is fugitive. My paints that are right there on that, those are all Dandelion Paint Company in the front, like the first couple rows. Those are liquid watercolors that are dye-based. Highly fugitive. Like, if I paint, they're beautiful to work with. I'll have to show them to you guys sometime. Beautiful to work with. But they're gonna fade if they're not like, do the art, let the art dry, scan the art, put that in a dark safe place, sell the prints of the art. And that's just, you know, that's how I see it. So I'm sorry, that just jumped on the mic. Oh. All right, just making sure you guys talking amongst each other there. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, just making sure. Thank you. Yes, every opinion is valid. Arguing or belittling someone else over their opinion is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. I will, and if I see something like that in comments, I will just delete it because there's no excuse. We can treat each other with respect. We can speak like intelligent adults, and we're all here for the love of art. So for the love of art, let's just be kind to each other and appreciate the art. Oh, how do you like those? So Shauna said one of her favorite go-to tools in her sketchbook is the Prang watercolor set, which is made for kids. That's just true. Yeah, I would say it's like you know step below. Excuse me, your student grade. Wow, definitely not light fast. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. See, that's what I'm talking about, Teresa, because it's being responsible. It's you being responsible to the person who may not understand and helping them understand this might not last. And you have to know that that's what you're getting. And then in that case, that's what that's the case where I'm like, so yeah, you can do it. Why not do that? If you want to part with it and they want to pay for it and you made them fully aware that, hey, this weren't light fast materials. I was doing this for fun, not for sale. And that's, in my opinion, that's being responsible, and why not? Again, it's like it's such a topic that there seems to be so many polarizing, exact right there. I think honesty is the main thing, really, and it is. That's it. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Would you want somebody to be like, oh yeah, I'll sell you that piece of art. Yeah, it's wonderful. Absolutely artist quality. What do you mean 3 weeks it faded? You must have done something to it. Yeah. No. I can't get down with that. So yes. Okay, see, such a great point too, because look, and how many of us when we started had no clue? No clue. Because you ask, now I did not go to, excuse me, I have many degrees. I have multiple degrees. One of them, I have a Master of Arts, but it's not in art. Okay, my Master of Arts is in content creation, and it's writing, and it's new media, which new media at the time was like, 4 online formats. So basically for what I'm doing, I'm finally using my education. There we goes that compressor again. Let's just pull that gray out. I mean, I took art in school. Loved art in school. Loved art in school. I have been drawing long. I mean, I just can't, you know, how many of us was, our coloring books were our first love of art. And for sure, I just love that you see so many artists out there doing the coloring books now, because I'm like, it's so nostalgic to me to see them do that. And I don't think it's any less art either. Some of the stuff that they're doing, like they're taking coloring books to a whole new level. They make my 5-year-old self look ridiculous. Just saying. I'm teasing, but they do some amazing. Some of these artists do some amazing work. And I'm sorry, I don't think they're any less an artist because of what they're doing in a coloring book. Yeah, and if you've seen some of their work, then you know what I'm talking about. So, anyhow, talking about school, and certainly never in secondary school, like when you were in high school or whatever, never talked about something like light fast. What the heck does that mean? And excuse me, I know someone who is going through it right now. I said, so what have you learned about, curiosity? What have you learned about light fast? She's like, what? Like what? What are you talking about? Light fastness. I've not heard that before. And I'm like, you're in art school, and it says 714. And again, let me just preface this with, I did not go to traditional. I did not have is that under a liberal arts degree? Sorry, guys. Mine was my Master of Art, so I don't know. Anyhow, and I specialized in different things. So, shimmering green. I'm gonna put some of this over. Is that black stripe? I'm gonna put some of this over that black and see if it'll really show up. And this is our last one. And we're gonna do, and the other stuff's gonna go pretty quick because I want to do something similar to what I did with patrons, but this is a little bit different. Excuse me. She didn't hear about it until she came here and was working in the studio with me. And I was like, told her about Light Fast and what it meant. And it blew my mind. She's like, no, they don't tell us anything about that. So I'm gonna put the shimmering green down here, and then I'm gonna bring my brush and I'm gonna do a line through the black. And I'm like, now I've heard that a few times because I've run into somebody else that was in school taking, for art. Ask, hey, what do you guys learn about Light Fast? What are you talking about? Okay. That tells me right there. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind because, okay. So, I don't know. Teresa, I don't know. Because Teresa sent me this one, which is the 714 Shimmering Green. Now, the 714 Shimmering Green, on the white paper, it is white. This is going to be one of those, I would definitely say, why don't you try to paint some of this on some black paper? Oh, I wish I had do I have a piece of black paper? I do. All right, guys, you ready? We're going to do it here. Right here. Shimmering green. Here. This is where I think this one's going to shine. Right here. And again, it went on the, I put it on that water. Okay. And Oh, it just sparkled. I can see the green. I can see. If I could get that to focus. Can you see the green? Like there's like a ring around this that looks very green. And I don't remember what paper this is. It was just from a black sketchbook. My apologies that I don't recall. It might have been out of like an Arteza black sketchbook. Or it was one that I was sent in an art box. Because I have so many. So that green, look at it now. Look at that. I'm going to add, get the dirty water rinsed out of my brush. Come in here for some clean water. Oh, we're going to try something else too. Okay. This will start getting you guys excited. We've swatched the colors now. So now we're going to be playing. I'm going to show you something. All right. So I've dropped water in. You see, that's really hard to see. And this paper, of course, is not meant to hold a ton of water. All right. I'm going to zoom you in on this just a second. I'm going to move these aside. I will show you how that looked. Boom. You see that? That's the green on the black right there. And so let's just take a good look at the different. Oh, and I told you I would see if the black would smudge or move. So let me do that before I put this aside, because that guys can sit right there for a minute, as long as I don't put this in it. Okay. So as far as will it smudge, I'm going to turn this. Boom. Haha. There we go. Is this like, it's dry. That's not going anywhere. So I hope that answers some questions. Because I don't, and Joseph would have to like drop it in the chat. I know he said something about paint, ink smudging or something, but now, okay, what about, was it with water? Will water smudge? Water's not touching that. Oh, that right there, I put water and I pulled, and that, well, that could be this. If I touch, wait a minute, let me do that here. So if I put water, yeah, okay, so water did. I hope that right there answers the question for anybody who is considering that maybe that would have been something to put down. That maybe that would have been something to, as I lift it to the wrong camera, you see it. And what if you've got that down and alcohol, will that move it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. So this is my little, I have a little spritzer. This has alcohol in it. But I'm going to grab my bottle. Grab my bottle of alcohol, don't mind me. Oh, we're not that kind of channel. I was channeling my inner Jared there. And, of course, you guys can't see. I am wearing green for St. Patrick's Day. I am wearing green. I have my little green swabs too. So, without making a mess, hopefully. Not too bad. I'm just thinking, like, if it was alcohol-based, something with alcohol base, how would that work? So, oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. So, no, this is, I would say if you're looking at the FW acrylic ink to do some line work, that line work would have to be done post. That's not holding up. The black is not holding up. So I hope that helps for any of you that do inking. I have a couple others, and I'm actually planning on doing a video on the liners and inks and stuff that you can do with that. So I'm putting this aside. I want to show you this guy. There we go. You ready? So for our shimmery acrylic, and I'm just gonna, let me get you back to the top surface, or wait a minute, will this one pick it up? No, it won't. See, the light has changed. That was very bright before, and Now we're getting to the light you guys are normally with me. All right. I want above. There we go. Okay. Now. Yeah, see, my camera, it's the windows. It's the light coming in from. It'll be fixed. I will fix it next week. I'm going to put some of this down. I should have moved it away from it a little bit more, but I'll pull it with the brush. So we had the water. I still have water on my brush. But I just want to show you guys something. It is definitely sparkly. So we're gonna get that wash in there. Now you ready? Just kind of, I don't know. Just pull some of this up. There goes that compressor. Maybe it knows it's getting ready to work. So this is water. This is alcohol. I am going to shield this side, and I'm going to give a little bit of a spray. And it is still a little bit wet. Probably not. We probably need to be a little bit more wet than that. But here we go with the alcohol. And again, I'll mist it. I'll end up over misting the other area. Are you guys ready? Am I blocking what you can see? Okay. I'm like trying to catch that, but not pose. That shadow is horrible. That side of my desk, that side, it's sanitized now. Which is a good time for a public service announcement. If you're going to spray 91% rubbing alcohol, please make sure that you know which direction your sprayer's at so you don't spray it in your eye. No disclosure. It just like, you see the texture? It will put a texture. You're going to see it more when we get to white paper, which I'm going to show you. Just a second. We're going to do it. Stick those back there. But the shimmer on that color is beautiful. This goes to that. Okay. All right. We've got alcohol versus water, excuse me, versus salt. Will granulation medium have any effect? What do people think? Drop a comment. Do you think, will it? I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. I'm catching up on your comments because we're about to make a whole bunch of things happen really quick. Yep, that's another very valid point, right? It's going to grow with you. You're going to grow as all of that happens. All right. Oh, did you see all the albums that I put in there? So it says great that the group will have all the art mediums. Loving Lisa's the other group, the other art group, but it's very focused on particular mediums and styles. I was like, it's when I chose exploring art, it was very personal to me because again, that's what I'm doing. I am exploring art. Come ask me what's my favorite medium. My favorite medium? Well, right now it's the one I'm using, and tomorrow it might be different. Next month it might be different because I'm just loving all of them. I am like opening myself up to so much more. Like I was just like acrylic paint. Like that's all I did. When I was younger, color pencil. Like that's all I did. And watercolor scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh, it goes weird. Like you can't like, everything had to be just so. And Okay, I'm gonna, at least I hope somebody else has answered that for you, but yeah, okay. Anyhow, I'm into all kinds, and I just wanted that to be, I wanted that to be the theme. I wanted everybody to feel included and that they could share their art, even sculpture. I mean, it's beautiful. There's some sculpture that it just like amazes me. So I make sure, and I put clay and sculpture, and I know that you can create sculpture from clay, but I've also seen sculpture created out of wire and all kinds of other stuff. And excuse me, I have seen people take clay and throw it on a pottery wheel and create some beautiful pottery. So I just kind of wanted to make that one kind of, unless we end up with a need for it to be separate, and then I'll gladly make another one. So yeah. Leisha, myself, I just got an Epson V600 scanner, and that'll scan. If I was scanning a negative, it would be like 9,600 dots per square inch. It's a little, it's high, but yeah. Okay, so Starbucks has got to go. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we will catch you next time. And when you have time, I hope that you are able to catch the end, because I'm about to mix some stuff up. And if she's still here, I'll see you next time. Epson Workforce Print Scanner. See, 11 by 17. Yeah, I can do like A3 size. I think I can go like up to 19 inches on my printer. And my scanner can do it because it'll lace it together. So I can do it like parts, and then it laces it to the image. So, Alicia, I hope that helped you get some information. Oh, and Hobby Artist has to go. Have a great rest of your day. I hope that I haven't missed people because the chat was behind. I'm sorry. All right. Yep, self-taught. Yep. I have taken art classes, but not like college level art classes. So, oh yeah, they also don't teach. See, yep, right there. They also don't teach about copyright. Yeah. Wow. It's so important. So important. I believe it. I can believe that. Okay. It's 26. Wow. Still okay. About these paints. I've never used these. Oh, are you ready? I'm ready. Just want to make sure I don't have any at me. It's hard to see them now, so. We did beef last night. I saw that. Alicia asked. I know it is St. Patrick's Day today, but I don't know what Lou has got going on, but he is probably bugging the neighbors because it went over 50 degrees. He is out there on that grill doing something. Yeah. Okay. They can be used in an airbrush according to the labels. They can. They can. That's why you've been hearing it. They can be used in an airbrush. So let's just. So I'm just trying to scroll to get to the being caught up, making sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, you guys just having St. Patrick's Day conversations and dinner. All right, boom, there we go. There, I am caught up to you guys. All right. Excuse me, I am taking my butcher's palette because I'm gonna put it in here. And I know that's gonna mess with the light for just a minute, but I'm gonna put it in here because if I'm spraying or if I'm blowing with the air compressor, I don't want to, don't want to make a mess. I don't want to get it on my Huion that's in front of me. It's not the monitor that should be in front of me. My drawing monitor, which is in front of me because when I pull it forward to do digital art, it's right there. So it's also the one I usually use most often to look at you guys. But I need to grab a quick drink of water. Okay, I want to show you. I wanted to see, will these allow you to do techniques like you can for watercolor to get some interesting texture. So I put down, it was sepia, and I'm just looking here, and then it was a tiny bit of the portrait pink and a little bit of the yellow ochre. And I think it did the very slightest titanium white. And I pressed the plastic on it. I gave it a spritz with the rubbing alcohol. So I spritzed it. Then I put the plastic. I had crinkled the plastic and opened it and pressed it on there. And then I set something, like I set my water cup down on here to keep that impression going in there. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to carefully pull this back. My question was, could this provide us with, say, some really nice rock or landscape texture? Or maybe if I did a thin piece, I could have done like the bark of a tree. And there you go. So there you have it. So on the plastic wrap, let me just show that to you. For that does that want to show? There, look at the texture on that. Look at that texture. Doesn't it just look like this? It's just carved out and goes into that. Like it's just this big old rock sitting there. I think that's a definite win. I think that we can safely say that that's a technique that works. So hopefully that's something that you might be interested in doing. And I will show you how I did it. I'll do it one more time, and then hopefully at the end I can pull this off, but we'll do it with a different color. So what we'll do is we'll take, we need a tree. How about we get a tree back there? Yeah, sure. I'm just like, I'm gonna scrunch this up. Okay. There we go. Now, this is the sap green. And I just have a little ceramic palette that I'm putting it on here. So I'm going to go with some sap green. And I'm just doing a little dab. Because I know I'm not going to need much. And this is the olive green. Sounds like what you might see in a tree. Okay. And I've got a little bit more of that because I'm going to blend some with that. All right. Now, this Artify brush, the 3/4 cat's tongue, I will say let me just make sure I don't go flinging water. I will say that it has kept its point well. It definitely has spring. So if you're looking for brushes, and I'm using these with the acrylics today because I know, I reached out to Artify. Artify is sending me a replacement. We've talked about these brushes the last couple times, so I won't get into that. But Artify is sending me a replacement. Literally 4 brushes were not having problems. And then there was the whole brush that wasn't even labeled right or the right size. So I'm just using them with the acrylics because then these will be used for acrylic inks, and it's fine. I just wanted to throw that out there. Why I'm using these. Still testing them out. When I get the new ones in, I will give you my final opinion because these are very affordable. But if they're going to come to you the way that this set came to me, no. I can't, I can't in good faith say, you should get that. No. I'm going to go with the sepia. I'm just thinking a little bit of tree trunk coming up out of this area. And I did right into a wet wash when I did some of the stuff before. This one's just gonna go hopefully very quickly. And I'm getting a little bit of the Portrait Pink. All right, you ready? I want to move quick so I can move on. So just gonna grab a little bit of that sepia. Just thinking tree. I could definitely get a smaller, but you know what? This is a good way for you to see, like, wow, that's really, can we focus on that, please? Thank you. That's better. So I just think this is really a good way for you to see this brush. And that you can do fine details with it. Like, I can come in here and be focusing on, like, I want this to end up looking like bark. And guys, okay, we're in the interest of time, we're not going for the most realistic tree here, okay? I'm just gonna, but you see, you can get some nice fine lines with, and if I skip, you see I skip, and I'm skipping for a reason, because think about when you look at a tree and there's foliage and you see, you might just see some branches that are sticking out, but you don't see the branch follow itself all the way back. So, and what is this big mass? I don't know what this big mass is, but it's a nice little rock right there. All right. The reason I wanted to do this is I want to see if we can get some foliage texture maybe with this as well. So now I'm blending the Portrait Pink with the sepia that was left on my, I'm just going to come in here, do a few spots, get this more looking like maybe it's bark. Okay. Hi, Lou. Hi, Lou. There he is. So I'm like, oh, it's 5:25. She's still going. Yeah, she's still going. Everybody's like, yeah, she's still going. Throw in some lights. There we go. And then it almost looks like the roots, the way that, and I'm gonna go with that. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to take my green and I'm going to put a bit of a wash down here. Okay, I'm just dabbing. If this is still damp, I don't want to really move it all over the place. It's okay if it kind of fuzzes out, but I don't want to move it all over the place. So I'm going to dab kind of where I want that green of the tree to be. Right. And I'm going to just take a little bit of, this is the olive green. And I'm just going to here and there, right? I'm not putting it everywhere. You see how it's just taking off on its own, right? Let the tree grow. Let your tree grow. Good thing Starving had to go. She might have been asking him about the book and block press. It won't be long now. There we go. But I'm going to put some darks in here, and then I'm going to blend and get a midtone on there. And then I'm going to take the plastic again. I'm just going to press it and just see what happens. I said I was going to mix them. I am going to grab just a hint of water. Just because I know if it's wet, I need it a little bit wetter. I don't want this too dry. So if it's too dry, then I put that plastic wrap on there. It's not going to do anything. Okay, so just let's get that a little bit more juice in there. There we go. Let's throw some more juice down. And I'm not looking for some fancy picture right now. I'm literally just like, hey, if I do this, and you know, I'll do that with like small, you'll see I have other small ones to test out. So with the small ones, I will just like a little study, right? If I do this, then what happens? If I do that, then what happens? Okay, so look, there's our little trait. Boom, trait. It's a trait. Now I'm gonna take our plastic. I made sure that the brown was on the inside. So we're gonna take our plastic that is already scrunched, and I'm going to just kind of set it down here on top of it and press it. I'm just gonna press it into that green right there. Teresa said, I am considering getting all of these colors. Cringe on the wallet. Yeah. Yeah. Last night I was like, artists should not be allowed on art sites after 10 o'clock unsupervised. I can say I know Lou's here listening, but that's okay. He already knows. I was like, the Haze granulation set, the Haze super granulating set from Schminka. So this is gonna be a problem. You guys won't be able to see this one. All right, I'm gonna move this aside and then set this back together so that I can keep working and show you a couple more. I really want to show you this other one. So slide that over, slide this in. Oh my God, Lou. He's like, yeah, zip it. So I went to Jackson's and they were like almost half their price. Because I had been looking at the 15 ml ones and they were like, look at that, little llamas. No, they should not. No, they should not. I'm not sure what they should not. What did I say that they should not? Help me. Help me. Okay. Guys, ready to have some fun? So, this. Look at the llamas. I was like, llamas. Because llama gonna have to thank you for sending these inks. I know. It was bad. It was bad. I know it was bad. This one, I wanted to see about how do these go with a resist? So there's something down here already. We're going to find out. We got to pick some colors though. So I'll throw it to Teresa, who provided these. I need a couple colors that go together. Throw them at me. Which ones do you want to see? Which ones do you, well, don't throw the colors at me. Just like throw out the names. But anyways, okay, well, I'm not going to be done for a little bit, so let's keep mine warm. Thanks. So anyhow, yeah, I got the Haze, the super granulating Haze set from that Schminka makes from Jackson's. That's the only one I got because it was a limited edition. I'm like, I can add the others when I can afford to do so. I'm not going to go crazy. I'll just take it easy. I've gone crazy enough lately. Okay, I need 3 colors. Do I have colors? 2 or 3? 2 or 3 that go together. I don't know what we're having. What are the ones that I showed you? All right. If not soon, I will pick. I really think we throw one. I haven't seen this pearl one in there. Thinking maybe the pearl. And it is a gorgeous color. Anyone? Marine blue. Got it. Look, that's the one I picked. phthalo green. Got it. Marine blue and phthalo green. You just want to see those two together? Okay. That sounds delicious. All right, that means I'm gotta get myself in gear. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet this paper. And this is how I did it the last time. I wet the paper first. And I think it worked out very well. And it fell, it's on the floor behind me. It fell. I can't pick it up. And I already know that I'm late for dinner because I can feel myself getting dizzy. Okay. All right, you guys ready? So the paper's wet. And it has some fuzz in it. Okay. We are going to... This one's the opaque one. I'm going to go with that first. Smoked chicken. He's been outside on his smoker. Told you it was warm out. All right, here we go. Ready? I don't know what we're going to end up with, but we are going to just drop some in. I'm going to keep these open. And then we're going to drop this guy in. All right, here we are. Now, where is it? Where is the alcohol? So now I can take, so one of two things. I can take the water and I can give a spritz because I want it to keep moving, right? Yep. And then I'm going to move that around. Which sure beats what I was trying to do last time. And then I'm going to come back with some alcohol, making sure my spritzer is at my art this time. You see how that like just reacts? Oh. And it starts to dry some of that right in there. And so I'm already seeing that on our resist, our opaque is actually kind of covering up some of that wax. So that's a good thing to know. How about one more color? One more color. One more color. Chicken's always a good choice. Do I have one more? How about we have gold? The purple is a pearl. This blue is a pearl. Oh, there's the shimmer. Let's do some shimmer. Let's throw some shimmer in here. See what'll happen. All right. Teresa says gold. Okay, I'm going to grab that. And I can tell you that the wax is it's covering. The opaque is covering. So the ones that were like the more transparent colors, that not so much. Get some water in there just to kind of help move those around. There we go. There we go. And she said gold. She said gold. Go for gold. Go for gold. Let it go. Let it go. It's like big old bubble, but it didn't want to let go. Nice and dark right there. Look at that bubble's just sitting right on top. It's just sitting there. I wonder what that would look like. Just left it. Let it pop. Okay. It really starts to give you some very interesting effects. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably not like, weren't expecting that this was how I was going to use that. Yep. Words. Gone. Gone. My airbrush. Wow. Now, are you ready? I want you to really see what happens when you go with the, all right, can you see that? Watch when the alcohol meets, yeah, thank you. Who says airbrush? If I could spray it at do you see how it bubbles? It just like, now, if you do this, you can get more. I was very curious. Would you be able to utilize salt? This is like a pink Himalayan type sea salt. And how will it react? Would it provide texture? Like, watercolor salt, you definitely get some pretty interesting things there. So we're going to see. You do see words. You do see words. But again, putting the more opaque. So I did the wax resist. I did it earlier. And so I did the wax resist. Yes, it did say thank you. But where we put down that opaque, so just something to note, because now we've learned something. So the phthalo green, because it is a system 3 and they are opaque. When I did that, it kind of went right on top of that wax and it's staying there. Whereas the others that were the FW acrylics, they resisted. So system 3 might not handle a wax resist as well, but I think that you could get away with that with the FW. So for sure. So I'm going to let that set and dry. And what I will do is I'm going to let this set till it's completely dry and the salt's just ready to flake off. Then what I will do is I'll probably take this, because we know it goes over the wax. Again, I didn't put a ton on there. I'm going to take some of the System 3 acrylic, like the opaque, and I'm going to go over that. And then I will share that over in the art group. And of course, I will tag Teresa, who is the person responsible for us having these here today. Oh, let's check out our tree. So when this is done, and I'll peel, and I'm going to share it in the art group, and you'll be able to see just how that looks. All right, so I'm going to set that one aside. Spray. I'm just looking like, did I try all the ones that I wanted to show you? The other thing I didn't try was, I asked you guys, do you think granulation medium would have any effect? Like, I don't know, but I might do a real quick light wash of a color. And okay, you ready? Now this, obviously, this did not set as long as this part did, but I just want to see, and I'm going to lift this way towards the top of the tree just to see what kind of, did we get interesting textures and did it do anything? And I think that the only thing it did was really lift up. It just lifted more of our darker. So yeah, not a fan there, but here it was wonderful. This was a lot more wet too. So It might wipe off when dry. Yeah, I will check that out. Thanks, Sheila. That is a good point. So we'll see. It might wait. Speaking of for the wax resist. So when I go to brush off the salt, we will see. I might be able to take just a very damp like edge and go over where the letters are, or maybe eat like one of my brushes just to see if it rinses off that part. I don't know. I can find out. Off the wax is what I meant. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Okay. I just wanted to see granulation medium, and I'll let you guys go. How's that? There's lots more I would love to do. I have a painting in mind that I want to do with these, and today was just about experimenting. What's going to happen if we do it like this? Getting that rock texture. I'm going to be trying that. And I have an idea for a painting. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that. Of course, I'll record that, but I want to start getting edited videos back out to you guys because it's been a while. And I just want to get back to it. I'm wondering if the FW or if I use one of the more opaque. What are you guys' thoughts? Like if I used like sepia and some granulation medium, or wait a minute. That crimson, this one. Okay. So I've processed magenta. And I have the black, the FW black. I keep looking like you guys are here, you're not. So the FW black and the magenta. Because we're going to do granulation. I just want to see what are we going to end up with. So if you're not sure, if you're not familiar, you're going to use the granulation medium. It's better for the liquid to be the granulation medium. So I like to put it in a little container. If I need more, I'll put more in there. And then I'm going to take my granulation medium, and that's what I'm going to wet my paper with. At least this is how I do it. You can do it with water. You can wet your paper with water, but I'm just going to use just all granulation medium here. And I want this area to be wet. This maybe do nothing. This could do absolutely nothing. I don't know. You guys are probably like, as long as I do nothing. We'll find out, won't we? Like I said, I love to just go, just to think of something that I have, it's a supply, and go, I wonder, will that react to salt? Wait, will that react to sugar? Will that, can I do this or can I do whatever? And how can I push that? So I'm going to just drop this color in because I'm going to kind of mix like on here. And I just want it to be I'm just thinking just like watercolor. Now with black, I'm not going to go heavy with the black. I'm just going to go nice and light with the black because I don't want it to overpower. And I think it could quickly overpower what I'm trying to do. So now I'm going to take that granulation medium and I just want to kind of, let's just see. What are we going to get? I think, like I said, a lot of black. Look at that. Look at that color. That's pretty. And I'm like, I'm just going for more. I'm going for more. And again, this is one that we'll keep an eye on it here for a minute and see what does it do. That was a very thick wash there. But I'm already seeing like, I'm just going to rinse some of this out of my brush. I am seeing some stuff happening here. So I think that we could definitely get a reaction with I think this has more pigment than. Let me stand this up for a second and let it kind of fall. I'm just going to mix some of this in there. You're going to see it. You're going to see all that happen. Can you use granulation medium? Yes. My answer would be yes. Why not? Unless you have some like, oh, you really shouldn't do that because they're going to mix together and this is bad things going to happen. And then please tell me. Because this is an inquiring mind wondering, why do I not want those lightning bolts coming down out of my sky? Look at those. What do you think? Let me just bring that a little closer for you guys. And sorry, that's bouncing. That's awful. Should have done it with the slider, not the camera. What do you think of that? Look at the way that is going. Like, I can see I'm going to have to order more granulation medium. Lou's like, no, stop saying you got to order more. You see that? And of course, I told you guys, I just ordered the Schminke Super Granulating Haze set. And I'm very much into the granulating colors right now. Could you imagine, like, stormy sky? Like, you could come back. I hear nothing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. What do you guys think of that? Like, what are your thoughts? Would you have thought to use granulation medium with acrylic inks? I was sitting here today. It was on my desk because it's on my desk for an upcoming project. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to try that. I think I want to try that a lot. And why not? I love that. I love the look that, like, oh, I just want to take, like, I don't want to mess with this. There's still some up here. Or there's still some in the granulation medium. I just want to bring it to the edges of, like, so that there's color here. So that when I peel it, like, I don't want to mess it up, but at the same time, like, oh, don't mess it up. Let it set. Let it settle. And that's it. That is what I have absolutely been loving to do on the channel here, guys. And this is... Teresa sent me the supply. Had never used it before. She said, would you? I said, absolutely. And let's just see what we can do. What can we throw at it? How is it going to react? What works? What doesn't work? Okay, that didn't work on the tree. Got it. But that worked like crazy for the rock. And I had a lot of paint down there. So that was very thick. This wasn't as thick. So I would have had to use a much thicker paint. So I learned something. So this little tree study, I learned something. This here, I would not have originally thought to throw granulation medium into acrylic ink, you know? But there it is. And when that's all dry, I'll let it settle. And once it's all dry, I'll peel it. And I'm going to post pictures of all of these for you guys. So we'll see that. This one, I will let it finish till all that. Can you see the texture starting to form? Right? And again, salt. It's acrylic, but it had that water there. It had the alcohol there. And you're going to see that salt like react and the alcohol, because the alcohol spray. And now that it has set for a minute, where's my alcohol? I want to show you. It should still do. And sometimes letting it set helps. Will it like give some more? sometimes it has to be right away when it's wet. It may not give any more than that, but it will. You're going to get that a interesting texture from all of the salt that's in there. I wouldn't have put salt in acrylic. Like, it's acrylic ink. I'm like, it's ink, it's thin, let's try it. So I did on the with my patrons, and I'm just trying to grab that. So 1 second, I'm gonna pick that up. And if you missed it when I showed it earlier, this was the last time that we did, when we did like what you saw where the thank you's not quite showing up. So this is the one that we did in when we all were together for the Patreon chat on Fridays, which I will see all of my patrons tomorrow. So I'll be showing you first. I will show you all of these tomorrow in the Discord chat. That will be at 10:30 a.m. I am looking forward to that. And, you know, anybody, anytime, if you would like to join us, come on over. For as little as $3 a month, you get access to that, and we do all kinds of stuff. And I randomly went live, and we did some fun things last time. So, yeah, all kinds of stuff. But there's that. I just thought it made me think of like Under the Sea, and it had the pearls were in there. So the pearl blue and that pearl pink, and then the gold, and then the green on top, you know, didn't have the shimmer. So it just kind of pushed the other stuff back. And to me, it just made me think that it was like Under the Sea. That's how I saw it, Under the Sea. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if the granulating medium would work with acrylic paint. I don't know. For texture, I'm not sure. I would be wanting to research more on that as far as, is it going to affect it adhering to like my canvas or something like that. So that would be something that I would definitely want more information on, because I mean, this is paper and it's definitely different. You know, whole different ball game there. And I wonder, remember last year, what is it like? Does it look better one way or another? Like, which way is the better way? Oh, wait. Do we have trees? Do we have trees growing up? And it's real dark and moody down there? I don't know. Which way do you like it better? Oh, I'll move that spritz water bottle. So like there. Or like there. The way it originally was. Pretty interesting. All the different ways. I don't know, drop me a comment. And if you're here on the replay, drop me a comment. Let me know. Which way was your favorite way for the granulating one to sit? So that was the result from, you know, when we had done one of these. Well, we didn't have the colors like I threw. We had the similar colors, but I threw the little bit of the purple pearl in there. So that was the difference on that. But I'm very curious to see, will our wax resist come up? Because this, I used my llama, because llama, thank you very much. See? It's puns. I can't help it sometimes. Sorry. It's bad. So we'll see if that does. But I'll share it with you guys. Patrons, you'll see it tomorrow morning. So, and, oh, yeah, again, for anybody who came in later and didn't see, this was the other one that I did with the patrons last week. And this was all wet and wet. This did not take long at all. This was fast. And then we came back and hit it with the that shimmer, the green shimmer right there, that one, to do on the waves, where the waves were where it was lighter. And that's what we got. So the airbrush to push it around. Can you put it in an airbrush and paint with it? Yep, you can. I was going to try to do that after the fact, but I know it's getting late and I don't want to keep you all. So yeah, can I just huge thank you to Ashley and to Joseph for modding the channel for us and taking care of things. in the chat and making sure that if I didn't see your question, hopefully your question got answered. And now I'm just checking, make sure there's no other things I missed. I don't want to miss anything. I can see this being a lot of fun. There are a few other things that I want to do. So I'm not done with this yet. This won't be the last time you see this. I'm going to do another, I really want to do a project with them and share that with you. So I was inspired today. I had an idea and I just didn't have the time to get it completely set up. You'd have to thin it with water. Speaking of the acrylics, if you used it with that, yeah. Or you don't. Well, see, here's the thing: is they say if you want the best granulation, you don't use water. You use just granulation medium, or you can use a mixture. So that's what the bottle says of the granulation medium. So you definitely would have to check into that. We'll see you later, Rana. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoyed it. It sort of looks like, where Sheila says, it sort of looks like a sea creature and a giant octopus or something to me. I could see that. It's, yeah. And then I just looked here and I'm like, wait, is this a person leaning here, laying down? Laying down, and it's like really stormy off in the background back there. I don't know. All of a sudden, I just saw, look, I saw like an eye. Just seeing like a person. I don't know. What do you see? It's not anything. It is what it is. All right, guys, check out the mods. The links are in the description below. If you missed last week's, then, you know, I'm going to put a link. It's right here. Oh, I'm going to put a link right here. Down here. Oh, pop-up. Yeah, I'm not even on there. Oh, I'm not even on there. Let me switch this up. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see how they dry. So, patrons, you will see that tomorrow. And, oh, we can't forget. Let me see. I'm like, I can't get it over there. Look at my little gnomes. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you all had a great St. Patrick's Day. And check out Joseph's channel and definitely Ashley's channel. They're both linked in the description below. And next week, we are going to be looking at watercolor, water-soluble pens, brush pens, dual tip pens. Are they the same? Are they different? I have 2 from Ohuhu, and they are the dual tip and then the brush. And I showed them to you last week, so I'm not going to pull them out now. You will see them next week. We're going to be looking at how are they similar, how they perform. I have 3 dual tip. 3 dual tip? I think it's 3 dual tip, 2 brush tip. Okay, and so one of the dual tip is Ohuhu, one of the brush tip is Ohuhu. So we're going to look at those. They're pretty affordable. All of them are pretty affordable, and they're water-based. And what can we do? What can we create with them? Let's see how far we can push those. So that's what we're doing next Thursday. I hope you will join me back here at 3 p.m. And until next time, everybody, keep creating. Have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you real soon. All right. Don't forget, I'm going to pop a link. Boom, right here. Or probably, look, just be like that one, this one. In case you want to check out the other video, but I have to wait for it to finish processing and then you'll see it. All right. Good night, everybody.